it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I have no clue what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be using the new Kathleen Lights and Colourpop collection, the Zodiac palette. I do have a couple of the other items from here, so I'll kind of be using that a little bit today. Again, no clue what I'm actually going to be doing, but I had a little time, so I figured I'd sit down and film. I've really been liking this. I've had this for a little bit, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is pretty well loved. A couple things missing from here that I would like to have seen in it, but I've traveled with it, and it's done a pretty good job. So let's get into, I'm actually going to start with this today. I already have my brows on, and I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony. And my spoolie broke off, which is annoying, so I have to keep another brow pencil next to it so that I can use the spoolie for it. So since I already have that done, let's start by priming the lids. I have nothing out, so you'll probably hear me opening a drawer or two. I will try to edit that out if I can. And to start off, I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And I'm just going to take a synthetic brush and apply that to the lid. I don't even have a mirror in front of me. Maybe I'll use this mirror. I don't know how people do this. It's not, I mean, I guess I can. This is actually a really good mirror in here. But it's not my favorite method to apply makeup. I am fortunate enough to have a vanity, so I just like to sit and do makeup that way. But it works. The mirror in here is really good. It's a really clean mirror. Like there's no distortion or anything in there. So that's pretty good. Okay, so once I have that on, actually let's zoom you guys in so you can take a closer look at what I'm doing. To start this look off, I'm going to go into the shade The Taurus, which is this shade right here. It's just a really nice camel color, and I'm taking that on a Sigma E40, and I'm just gonna start to put that into the crease. It's a really nice transition shade. It's a little bit darker than I normally like to start off with, but it does blend really nicely, and a light hand works really well with it to start out lighter and then get it darker. But as you can see, it really blends really, really easily, and it puts down a nice amount of color. So I just do a little tap the brush off, and go right into that crease area to start to define it. I'm trying to think what kind of look I want to do. I really haven't touched into the blues in here. I've done like a mauve-y look, which came out really nice. These golds, this gold here is so beautiful. Gosh, what do I want to do here? I guess we should kind of go into those colors, huh? Since I haven't really used them. I haven't touched the Aquarius at all, which is that beautiful cobalt blue. Maybe I'll use that on the lower lash line, so we'll keep the upper lid semi-neutral. That probably will look really pretty with the gold. All right, let's go gold on the upper lid and then the blue on the bottom. So I'm gonna keep the upper lid kind of neutral-ish because I wanna do the pop of color on the lower lash line. So I'm going to take a Sigma E25 brush, just a little bit smaller. Mine's a bit dirty. I have to clean my brushes. Do you guys like cleaning your brushes? I hate cleaning my brushes. I would rather buy more brushes than clean them, which is why I have so many. And I'm going to go into the shade The Virgo, which is the deeper brown right under the camel color. And I'm going to start to put that into the crease very, very lightly. Yeah, I have to do it. I know I do. It gets to that point, though, where you're like, ugh, I need to do this. And I just don't want to. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. Maybe I'll find some time to do it this weekend. What kind of cleaner do you guys like to do? I went through a point where I made my own cleaner, but it worked. It just got a little excessive or just time consuming to do. So I stopped doing that. I like the Beauty Blender solid cleaner, but I feel like I go through that so fast. So I don't know what I have in there now. I was using a Real Techniques one. I go through all different kinds. I'm not really loyal to a specific cleaner, so if you have any recommendations, leave them down in the comment section below so I can check them out. All right, so just a nice little deepen the crease up. I went in just, this was the brush I used before. I didn't have any product on it. I was just kind of meshing the Taurus and the Virgo together to make it a little more seamless of a blend. Then what I think I'm going to do is take the shade, the Gemini, which is this shade here. Whoops, the shade here. It's a really pretty gold color. It's really pretty. It's almost like an antique type gold. And I'm going to press this onto the lid with my finger. I found that the shimmer shades in this palette actually work really well when you use your finger to apply them. And this color packs a lot of punch for this being a pretty inexpensive palette. It feels really creamy and really smooth. I just have found that with a brush, it doesn't make the color as intense as it would with your finger. So, okay, so as you can see, that is really bold. I kind of want to, I like it that bold, but I want to not dim it down, but kind of make it look a little less intense. I'm going in with the Virgo again on my Sigma E25 and getting this on the outer corner here and bringing that into the crease a little bit just to kind of clean up where my finger went up into there a little bit higher than it should have. No cut crease here. It's a technique I'm working on but haven't quite mastered yet, but like anything, just keep trying, just keep giving it a shot. And pulling that in. Darken it up just a little bit. Subtle. Let's go in with the Aries. That's the bright orange on top of it. I'm gonna take that, again, on my finger. And yeah, that gives a nice pop of orange there. Just adds a little fire to the look. And I'm going back in with the E25 with the brown because we kind of lost a little bit of it. And blending it up into the corners. And then what I'm going to do is take, I don't know what brush this is. What brush are you? This is a MUA that's sold at CVS. It's the 315 crease brush. It's a small brush like that. And I'm going to go between the Aries, which is the orange color, and the Gemini, which is the initial gold on the lid. And so I have both of those on there. And I'm going to kind of run it where they meet. To kind of blend out any edge there. I lost a little bit of that orange. That's what I have found with these, with the Colourpop. I found that a lot with the Morphe when I reviewed the Morphe 30, what was it? The Dare to Create palette. I think it's a 39A. I'll link that review up here somewhere. I don't know if it's up here or over here, but I'll link it up here if you haven't checked that out. But I have the same problem with these shadows that they can kind of blend out of each other. They blend away from each other. So it can be a little frustrating because you feel like you got it where you need it and then you do something and then it's gone. The color payoff's gone and you have to start over. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that like that. I like kind of that gradient that's happening. And I think what I'm going to do, this is a total playtime. I had no clue what I was going into. I'm going to take a little pencil brush. This is the e.l.f. pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the shade the Capricorn, which is this black shade. It has sparkle in it, and I'm really tapping that off, and I just want to go into this outer corner just to deepen it a little bit more. Just right out in there. Bring a little bit into the crease, but not too much. That's a pretty pigmented black. It's not a hard black. It's like a soft black, like a grayish type black. Let's grab another blender. This is a Morphe M412, just a blender. Clean brush, and I'm just swirling it right on that black just to diffuse it a little bit. And that's where that can be good to have the colors dissipate from each other because it can soften it. But sometimes it can just be really frustrating. So I guess it's kind of a catch-22. You win some, you lose some. Okay. Now this does not have a brow bone highlight. That's one of my complaints with it, which doesn't make it a travel palette for me, although I did take it. But I've used this before. You guys have seen me use it. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Shadow in the shade Brulee. This works for me. I use it, so I've had this for so long, and I use it for my brow bone or to set my eyeshadow primer if I need to. And I'm just gonna run this along the brow bone, and it just cleans up if I've gotten too high on the transition shade. So just a quick run under there. This is a Royal & Langnickel medium eyeshadow. It's just a shader brush, anything like that. And Nothing too precise, just a nice little wash under there. Okay, let's do some face. I'll zoom you out just a little bit so you're not so up close and personal, and let's work on some face stuff. To prime the face, I'm going to be using the Pure Correcting Primer. This is a small sample size that I have. I just have a whole bunch of samples that I'm just trying to get through. So it looks like this. This is for hydrating and balance, so just giving my skin a little extra moisture. And I'm gonna prep this in right all over. It's not really a pore filler, so I'm not just concentrating it everywhere, just kind of where my skin's a little bit drier. So just getting that in all over. I'm actually going to start by concealing my under eyes. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and as you can see, got a little bit of darkness happening. This is in the shade Brightener, so it's a little bit pinky, and I know people have issues with this. Mine's brand new, so I don't. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this. You want to be sure this is a really emollient product, so don't go overboard with it. You don't have to do like what other YouTubers do and they, make a big triangle. This is really to help with the darkness under there. So you don't have to go ham with this product. And this is going under my foundation. And I'm just using my ring finger to tap this in. I don't want to use a beauty blender because it'll suck up too much product. And just because it's a delicate area, I just figured let's leave the product that we put down and let's just tap, tap, tap it in with our finger. So it looks really bright right now, but I am gonna put some foundation over that. And for foundation, I'm using the NYX Studio Photogenic foundation. This is old and I'm just almost out of it, so I'm just trying to use it up. It's actually not even in this packaging anymore. I think it's in a squeeze tube. I have this, I don't even know what shade I have this in. It's on the cat. Soft beige. And like I said, right now it's a good shade match for me because I have a little bit of a tan. I don't get tan very often. So it's a color I had that worked. So I'm just trying to use it up, and then probably once summer's over, I'm going to get rid of it. I'll toss it, but it works for me right now. And I'm using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I have found that this particular foundation works better with a brush to kind of tap it in. And I am doing tapping motions and then blending it. I'm tapping to distribute the product and then blending to soften it and to get rid of any harsh lines. I'm gonna go in with, I've been battling, guys, under eye concealers. You tell me, what are your recommendations for under eye concealers? I have the Tarte Shape Tape. I find it's really drying under my eyes. I picked up with this order the Colourpop concealer, and one, it's really, really light, but I also find that to be really drying under my eyes. I'm debating on trying the new Too Faced one. What do you guys think about that? If you've used that, let me know down below, the new Too Faced concealer. That's like in the bigger bottle. Let me know what your thoughts on it, if you've used it, if you'd recommend it, if you find that it's drying. I have the old Too Faced one, which I think I'm going to use today. This is in the shade Fair. But just everything I put under there, it's just such a battle for me. I find that everything is really drying and it needs to be set with a powder. And then when I set it with a powder, it's even more drying. So I'm just, I don't know. Leave your recommendations down below. Let me know what you use. And going in with the Flower Beauty Sponge, mine's really dirty and I have to clean it. I'm just gonna pat that out. To brighten the under eye a little bit, I'm gonna go in with the MAC Pro Emphasize powder. This is a white powder, and I'm taking it on that same brush and just tap, 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 just to brighten that under eye just a little bit. And the nose and blah, blah, blah. For my bronzer today, let's see, what haven't I used in a while? I don't think you can get this anymore. I'll try to find it online. This is the Jane bronzer. It's a really good bronzer in the shade Inspire. And I'm gonna take this on an e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. complexion brush. And I'm gonna take this, not contouring, really bronzing with it today. And apply this right in this area, kind of concentrating it more in the back. and along the perimeter of the forehead. Do you guys like my braids today? I got braids in. Just, braids are like my lazy girl hair. That just keeps everything out of my face, and I forgot how much I like the color of this bronzer. And then I'm just gonna take a quick, let's see, this is the Sigma E40. I was using it earlier. And I'm gonna do just a little nose contour, nothing crazy, but just kind of running it down the side there. Nothing too intense. Mainly the reason I do that is to kind of give life back into the nose. Once you, when you apply foundation, it flattens everything out, and that's why you do things like you add blush and highlight and contour back in to kind of bring back the planes of your face. So I just run it. I'm not changing the shape of my nose. I'm just kind of popping that there. The lid. This is the Maybelline Master Highlight in Coral. So it looks like this. This is a really pretty blush. And I'm just going to take this on this is a Serenity and Scott's number 4 blush. It's just a angled brush. And just lightly apply that to the cheeks. I love these blushes. Are these still out? Does Maybelline still have these out? I think they've replaced them, but they're really pretty. And they give like a nice sheen to the face. I like it. Okay, let's zoom you in. We'll finish up the lower lash line. Before going on to the lower lash line, I am going to line the upper lash line, and I'm just using the Milani Stay Put Matte Liquid Eyeliner. I'm going to do a little wing, I think. I say little now. We'll see what happens. For the lower lash line, I do want to use that Aquarius color, that cobalt blue. So I had picked up this Maybelline Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade Cobalt Blue. I've never used this. This is brand new, so I don't know how it's going to be. And I'm going to start to line my waterline with that. Well, that is blue. That liner, I am going to take that shade Aquarius, and where's the brush I want to use? There we are. This is the Sigma, oh no, this is a Morphe. I thought that was a Sigma one. This is the Morphe 508. It's just a little flat shader brush, and I'm taking that shade Aquarius, that blue, and I'm just pushing that right on top. Okay, I want to blend that just a little bit. So I'm going to take a Morphe M321. It's just a little kind of soft pencil brush is what I like to call it. And I'm going to go into that original camel shade, the Taurus, and just to soften the blue. But I don't want to lose it, but I don't want it to just be like skin then blue. So I'm just going to soften it a little bit and kind of blow out the lower lash line a little. I am going to pop on some mascara and some lashes, but before I do that, let's get a highlighter on. Where's the highlighter I want to use? I wanted to use the Colourpop one. Oh, let's find it. This is the one with the same Kathleen Lights collection. This is in the shade On the Cusp. I did get both of them, but I find the other one's too dark for me. This borders on being too dark as well, but I can get away with it. So I'm going to take this. It's the same Super Shock type shadow. Really beautiful color. And I'm going to pat, pat, pat this right at that high point. See that? Pat, 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 pat. It's pretty. And I'm going to do a dollop on my nose. And I like to do just a little right on the bridge of my nose as well. It's a pretty highlight. Just a little dark. Like I feel like when I'm head on, it just looks a little dark there, and I would like it if it was a little lighter. I'm debating on if I should get Flexitarian. I heard that's really good for fair skin, But for now, this is what I have, and I just wanted to see if I like the formula. And I love Kathleen Lights, so I wanted to support her. All right, mascara and lashes, and then I will come back for the final look. Lashes are on, mascara, some mascara on the lower lash line, matte highlight. Love it. Okay, the lashes I used, they are from House of Lashes. They're in the style Demure. I don't know why I'm showing you in the empty box. They're in the style Demure Light. This is my first time using them, and I really like them. I'm into it. They have a slight flare from inner to outer corner, and they're long, but they're spaced out a little so you can still see the eye look underneath it. So I like these. I like these a lot. Cool. Okay. So to do the lips, I'm going to line my lips using the Milani Color Statement lip liner in the shade 09. I don't know. Oh, in Spice. Just a nude color. And a slight fill-in just to blend that lip liner in so it's not harsh. And that's a pretty color. I like these lip liners a lot, and they're fairly inexpensive. For my lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Kathleen Lights. I grabbed the wrong one. Lipstick. This is my first time using these. I'm super impressed with them, to be honest. I don't remember how much they are. I'll pop it up here. But this packaging is so luxe feeling. It's really weighted. It's this really beautiful rose gold with these stars on it, which I love. And this is in the shade What's Your Sign? It's the nude color of the two. They also have the shade Scorpio Moon, which I love, but this I just thought would pair a little better with this look. But these are so creamy. I think these are a matte. Oh no, this is the cream formula. But they feel really nice on the lips, and I'm just really impressed. And on them you can see they have little, can you see that? They have little stars on there. Impressed with these. The inner corner highlight. You know what? Maybe we'll take the In the Cusp highlighter, and I'm just going to take that on a really tiny brush. We'll see if that'll go on the inner corner. Yeah, that works. Brighten that inner corner a little bit. You could even do this, am I going to start getting crazy? A little under the brow bone there. I want a little crazy. So here you go. Here is your final finished look. Hope you guys like it. I like the way that the eyes came out. I like that blue color. I want to experiment with that color a little bit more. Maybe put that all over the lid for a really beautiful look. But all in all, I've really been enjoying this palette. I wish there was a matte color in there, a matte cream shade, but that's kind of been my complaint lately with palettes. So taking this little guy with me or just having this handy has been fine. This is 99 cents. It's not a big deal. So really enjoyed this palette. Love the highlight. It looks really good. A little dark in person when I'm forward, but I can kind of pull it off. Love these lipsticks. I think this one, and I'll swatch the other one for you. This is Scorpio Moon. This is of her shade Lumiere, which I adore. So that's really pretty. That's going to be really pretty for fall. It's a beautiful mauve color. So I'm excited to use that as the weather starts to change. But this has been a wonderful nude for me. And I'm not really into nude lips, but I've really been liking this one. So yeah, pretty happy with the way that this look came out. If you guys liked it as well, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Leave your concealer recommendations down below for me. Let me know what you're picking up in the Sephora sale. And until next time, it's just makeup. Have fun. Be your own kind of beautiful. Bye. Oh, thanks for spending time with me.